Hi everyone, welcome. This is Manifest Tarot. I'm so happy you joined me today. I have been doing a lot of really intense, topics in my readings lately, and I was inspired today, and even yesterday I was thinking about it, to just do a reading about what's going on in your life and what's going on now and in the future, but I'm not sure. We'll let the reading see if it's going to be in the near future, in the far future. So this reading is about what is going on in your life. And to do that, I'm going to pick actually two piles. And I have these two. They look like little eyeballs. They're staring out at you. I'm going to pick two piles. This is going to be a two-pile reading. So I am just going to shuffle these up. You got to wake up this half. I'm very curious. Whoa. These are such interesting cards. I'm curious as to what we're going to get. And look, we just got one popped right out at us. I'm going to put this here. And I am going to, you got to wake up this side. I just feel like this month one really, that month one really wanted to come out. So we've got two piles. Let's see what we have here. Grapes. Ooh, time to go out and have fun. And this month of the year is our second pile. Let's see what it says. December. All right, and they're both very similar in their colors. All right, give me a moment. I'm gonna pick two crystals and I will be right back with the crystals. All right, we're back. And for this grapes card, this is pile number one. We have this raw amethyst. Kind of looks like a bunch of grapes. Look at how similar it looks. I couldn't resist. And then for this December card, for pile number two, we have this, we have this lapis lazuli hexagonal point. It's just such a mesmerizing crystal. If in person, I hope it, even a part of how beautiful this is coming out in the video. So these are our two piles and these are our crystals. So just take as much time as you need to pick, and I will put the timestamps below, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. You chose this grapes card. Time to go out and have fun. What a compelling message. And you picked also this raw amethyst. I just want to show you, I have an amethyst here. I have an amethyst oval here. I just wanted to show you this difference in how they look polished and unpolished. So different. I'll keep the other one. I'll keep both out. Maybe you're meant to see both. Actually, if you think about it, this looks like the bunch of grapes, and this looks like the individual grape. So you were definitely meant to see both. All right. So you had, I had two piles of the tea leaves, and yours came out of this one. So I'm going to pick you another card out of this one. So let's wake this one up. Whoa, looks like we get a month of the year ourselves. That one almost jumped out of the, it almost jumped out for us. So this is a month of the year. Let us see, July. What a stark contrast. We had, the pile number 2 has December and you have July. So here are your 2 cards. Look at this gorgeous July cards. Fun in the sun. I wonder if you're going to have, like, if, you know, if you're in the winter right now, I wonder if you're going to have a tropical getaway or something. Or maybe that you're planning on good, like a big trip in July of this year. I don't know. Or next year. So here is our other oracle deck we're going to use. I'll wake up this deck. Actually, this one. All right, let us see. No place like home. How interesting. Pile number 1, you have time to go out and have fun, and you have no place like home. So it seems like you're having an awesome balance. Well, I mean, from right now, from what I'm seeing right now, it looks like you're having a great balance between, having a hard time deciding where to put it. So how about right there? All right. This is our first, I have 3 tarot decks set out. So this is our first tarot deck. Let's wake it up. What is going on in pile number 1's life? We want to know what is going on in pile number 1's life. I feel like I want one more card out of this deck. There we go. And this is our second deck. Let's wake it up. I'm going to take one more from this deck. There's that one. And then this is the third deck. How can we look into what is going on in pile number 1's life? What are our messages? I'm going to pick 2 more from here. What are our messages for pile number 1? All right. Here's our pile of cards. Let's see what's going on in your life and what's going on in the future. Wow. So that's, looks like you have some sort of like duality going on here. Going out, staying home. Is it something that's working for you or something that's not? Is it something that's, you know, what is going on? So we have the Hanged Man. Page of Swords. Talking about eyes. Look at these eyeballs here. Three of Wands. And Knight of Pentacles. What does this one say? The Three of Swords. You have the Three of Wands and now the Three of Swords. The Queen of Swords. So you go from the Three of Swords through the Page of Swords to the Queen of Swords. Let's see. Whoa, so curious. All right. So this is the first card of this deck. The Nine of Pentacles, wish fulfillment. And like, you know, it's a very homey card. It's a very, I'm so happy in where, it's a very, I'm so happy where I am card. Very curious. The Star card. And we have the perfect place for the last card, which is the Moon. Oh my gosh, you have the Star and the Moon. I'm so excited. I almost didn't show it to you. The Star and the Moon. What an interesting reading, pile number one. What is going on with you? Let me see here. So pile number one, I am seeing a very strong message for you. You are at some sort of major milestone, and this is not a milestone of, oh, you're getting an award at work, or you know, you're getting, it's not external to you, it is inside you. It's an interior milestone. It's a huge milestone. It's interior to you. So we have this Hanged Man and this Three of Swords, and they were, you know, right above and below. It's read as a column because it is a column. It's like a column that has been holding you up. Pile number one. This is like an ancient column holding up an ancient temple. That is you. Pile number one. And what these are saying is that you have, for something in your life, you have been letting some past, let's be honest here, I'm going to be honest with you. It's some past thing, some past hurt, some past failure, some past loss that you have so much kept, that you have so much kept alive, that you actually think of it as being in the present. You have kept yourself hanging in this sorrow so long that it makes sense to you. You think of it as a present time loss, a present time failure, a present time whatever it is. But it's really in the past. It's really an old you that experienced it, and now you have other things to do. And so you are, well, let's get to this in a bit. The big, like the powerhouse cards here. These are the powerhouse cards here. You, pile number one, are being like told, asked, told, however you would prefer to think about it, to look underneath the obvious. Look, there's a little, such a nutty card here, I have to say. This is the After Tarot, and it's such a nutty card. What is going on here? Why is this? Oh, okay, so, you know, she's walking to this pool, and okay, the dog's barking, whatever. But this lobster slash crayfish, crawfish slash whatever it is, looks like a lobster, like looks like the size of a lobster. But anyway, you are being asked, invited, told, however you would like to think about it, to actually brave. See, these three animals here that are threatening are figments of your imagination. Makes it sound so tame and so On the one hand, figments of your imagination makes this sound extremely low key, sounds like don't have to worry about this. To you, these fears are so real. The dogs and the lobster, I'm just going to call it a lobster. The dogs and the lobster are more real to you than the pool. The dogs and the lobster are more real to you than the moon. The dogs and the lobster are more real to you than your own cloak that you're wearing. More real to you than the dirt path beneath your feet. Those are your fears and your doubts that are coming, that are still here from this past event. But you are being told, asked, invited to walk past them, brave this scary triad, and walk past them. Once you do walk past them, you're going to realize that they weren't scary at all. They weren't scary. They felt scary. They looked scary. They sounded scary. To you, they were so real, but they aren't real. Once you get past those, you're going to just dive into this pool, and you're just going to renew yourself as the new you. You are going to accept. You're going to accept whatever it was that you've been hanging on to that's making it feel like the present time. That's making you feel like this loss or whatever it was is still happening. It's not still happening. Pile number 1, it is not still happening. And so once you've braved this, you have your intention. You are going to be in the pool. And, I know it's funny because this card comes before this card, but in this reading, we're reading this card and then this card because, this is 18 and this is 17, but in this reading, you have to be, you have to do the moon card before you do the star card. So once you've dived into the pool, you're going to be able to use the water, pour it over your head as your intention. It's going to be, your intention is going to, the water embodies your intention, is the best way I can put it. You dive into the pool, and the pool is you in your inner self made exterior. And once you dive into the pool, you can pour that water over yourself as the sign of your intention moving. This is esoteric. It's coming out very esoterically, but I know that you're getting what I'm saying. Pile number 1. Oh my God, very powerful message right now. And the thing is, pile number 1, the reading is so full of so many beautifully positive cards that are so they're all saying, pile number 1, you're just, this, so much beauty is waiting for you. Okay, so and I just wanted to say the star card and the moon card are extremely powerful. So you have this really powerful ability right now. You are in the zone right now, even though you feel like you're in this Hanged Man, 3 of Swords present. You're real present. When I say present, I don't mean like gift. I mean present as in present time. You feel like this Hanged Man and this 3 of Swords is your present time. But in reality, this star and moon card, powerhouse cards, are your present time. You're going to draw your attention over to here. This is all you're going to see. This transformative moment. And look at the rest of your reading, pile number 1. We have the Three of Wands, which is this new, you have this new outlook. You are deciding the new you, the new outlook. It's going to be you refreshed. Pile number 1, 2.0. That's what this is. Pile number 1, 2.0. Pile number 1, refreshed. Pile number 1, cubed. Pile number 1, transformed. And it doesn't have to be something that you are... It doesn't have to be something that you're going around saying, oh, you know what? I'm just going to do this, and then I have to be completely better, and I can never have doubts. I can never have fears. I'm just going to immediately, blah, 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 don't put pressure on yourself like you have been. Don't go back into this like you have been. You don't have to go back here ever again, because the reminder is here, this Page of Swords, you could be having still some concerns. You could still be having some little doubts, some little fears, some little like, oh, what's going on? Who's going to attack me? Or just as an example, little doubts, fears, wondering if like this reality of hanging on to the past hurt and pain was so real to you, you might be actually missing it. It sounds funny, but we miss things even if they were bad for us, if we're used to them. So this Page of Swords is reminding us that you can be a little doubtful. You can have doubts, you can have fears, you can have moments or day, even a day, whatever. You can have a moment, an hour, whatever, where you're thinking, oh, I'm scared, or oh, whatever. But that's not you've moved past this. You've moved past this in the near future, pile number 1. And moments of doubt are okay. Oops. Moments of doubt are okay. That's fine. Because overshadowing this page is being kind of, okay, oops. I'm sorry, I was holding it too high up. This page is being kind of nudged out of the picture by this Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is saying, I, pile number 1, am going to make forward progress. Because I, Knight of Swords, look ahead, make a plan, take a step. Look ahead, make a plan, take a step. Look ahead, make a plan, take a step. Okay? This is you, pile number 1. And this Page of Swords is overshadowed by the certitude. This Knight of Pentacles is in the knowing. This Knight of Pentacles is in the state of the wish fulfilled. This Knight of Pentacles is the embodiment. If you think of it, this Knight of Pentacles might be the tarot embodiment of the state of the wish fulfilled, because the Knight of Pentacles is so certain that he will get to his goal. So certain. And so what do we have here? What do we have here? We have fabulosity. And we have these three. I mean, these three cards are so interesting together. I'm going to put this here because this is very aligned. And then we have these beautiful other two. I mean, look at this pile number 1. you have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, once you've made your plan, once you've looked out on the world and made your plan and become the Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords, and you're like, okay, this is the new me. This is the new me. I'm the new pile one that doesn't associate myself with that old energy. I have transformed myself into the new pile one, number one, and I'm in the state of the wish fulfilled. Okay, so the Queen of Swords energy, you are able to, if you have moments of doubt, you can just simply step back. You can step back. You can be an observer of those doubts. You can be an observer of negative thoughts. You can be an observer of old patterns that you might want to bring into your life from the past, kind of dragging them up out of the swamp. And then you're like, no, I can just let that rope go. I can just leave those old things in the swamp and be, just get my water out of this beautiful clear pool. So you can be this, with this clarity, you can be the new pile number one. And you can look at this beautiful wish fulfillment card. Actually, I wanted to go for, so you can be this person. So first of all, I did want to look at this energy of July and grapes. Look at these two. You are going to be having some sort of fun. It doesn't matter. It says July, but it's just think about more the feeling of July, the overwhelming comfort and with all the sun and all of the daylight and the vacations and the loving life that comes with July, with the summer. And then grapes. I mean, of course, if you're living in the southern hemisphere, you can interpret this as just summer, not the calendar month of July. It's mostly summer. It's indicating summer. And then you're going to have all of this time to go out and have fun energy, which is coinciding with the July, coinciding with the summer, coinciding with that feeling. So I'm doing this reading in the winter in the northern hemisphere. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the actual calendar time. It matters that this is your feeling that's being generated of just beauty, overwhelming feeling of everything being right with your world. So that is really aligned with this Queen of Swords, because every time you might start getting sucked back, you can either think of it as being sucked back into that swamp, or alternatively dragging something, like dragging an old gross piece of rope, dragging this old gross leaky bucket of dirty swamp water that you're like thinking that that's all you have to drink. You're dragging that out of the swamp. It's heavy, it's old, it's hurting. The rope is all hurting your hands, and you're like, oh, that's all I have to drink. These old memories, this old disappointment, this old, just terror or hurt or whatever. It's all I have to drink are these old feelings. And then with your Queen of Swords energy, you're going to be like, nope, I'm dropping that rope. I am now in this clean pool. And you know what? Since we're in July, I'm going to say this is a nice hot spring. This is a nice warm hot spring. It's beautiful. You can go there in the middle of the night and it's just so gorgeous and warm, because they're both here in the middle of the night. They're both here in the middle of the night, so it has to be warm. We don't want to be going in this cold spring-fed pool that's like 30 degrees 30 degrees Fahrenheit in the nighttime, so we want a nice hot spring. Anyway, so these cards are together, as in use that Queen of Swords energy to stay in this wish fulfilled, the new you, the new pile number one. And then we get to the beautiful no place like home. So as I said, and as it's saying, time to go out and have fun. You're going to be going out, having fun, meeting people. Doesn't necessarily mean new people, meeting old people, old friends, meeting friends that you might have right now, friends that you might, rediscover your friendship, friends that are new. You're just going to be in that zone of freshness, no matter who it is. You're going to be having fun with fresh energy into any sort of relationship that you want. Old friend, like existing friendships, renewed friendships, brand new friendships, and love. I should just say relationships. So it doesn't have to be friendships, it's just relationships. Old, like existing love, renewed love, like that from an relationship that is not is on hiatus right now. A new, brand new love relationship. It doesn't matter, because any one of those three you are going to approach with all this fresh new energy that you have created with this Star and Moon card. And then, so this is one thing, and the other thing you're promised is also being so happy with your home life, whatever it is. And it's not that you have to force yourself to be happy with your current home life, because this Nine of Pentacles means that you are creating your perfect home life. So if you don't like where you're living, if you like where you're living, that's great. Then it's just going to be so happy and cozy and homey, and you're going to be so happy to be home. If you don't like it, this Nine of Pentacles is saying you can create it, you can move, you can change, like something's going to change in your home, to make it what you want, something like that. Something is, if you're not happy in your home life, something is going to radically change. If it doesn't need to be changed, it's just that you have to become happy in your home life. If you understand what I mean, that's going to happen too. Like if you're happy with the circumstances, but like it's just going to have to be your mindset that changes. Then your mindset is changed, because this no place like home card and the Nine of Pentacles means so happy at home, but the Nine of Pentacles alone means wish fulfillment, abundance, and so much love, and so much just perfect everything. And of course, you must have noticed that she has grapes. So you have these two depictions of grapes, which is, it's a sign of abundance. The cornucopia, the grapes coming out, the images of, bacchanalia, or just even wine, of course. So it's not like I'm saying that you have to have wine. I'm saying that you are going to be channeling that energy of both abundance and good times. So the bunches of grapes symbolize both abundance and having a wonderful time. So you couldn't really ask for better cards, because in your situation, pile number one, you could not ask for better cards, because there's something that's been keeping you stuck, and this is just the floodgates open. We're staying with the water imagery. because this reading means wherever you've been stuck, the floodgates have opened and you are having your transformative moment, and then your world opens up. So it doesn't matter. It seems like there is a dual message in this reading with both some sort of love relationship, or at least just relationship or relationships, and your abundance, which ties into also your home life, like your living situation, everything about it. So this is a transformative message for a transformation of your life. So, wow, pile number one, this is just an amazing reading, and it seems imminent. This is imminent. This is a what's happening in your life right now reading. And I mean, we already have our time, which mostly I'm taking as just right now. You know, right now you're channeling this beautiful summery vibe, because we also have the time to go out and have fun. But if you're looking for some sort of time, you know, July is the 7th month. July is 6 months from now. If you are watching it pretty soon after I record it, it could be 7 days, 7 weeks. It could be, you know, just if you're looking for some sort of time, you can look at it like that. But mostly, I take these months of the year card more as, you know, a lot of times they're more like a vibe than specific timing, because the timing, as I said, is really in the reading itself, which is right now. So pile number one, thank you so much. You have done some sort of work. You have done something. I just want to say before I end, it's clear that you have done so much work on yourself in the past that's culminating in this moment. So congratulations, great work. I just want, you know what I want you to do? I want you to take your hand and pat yourself on the head, or give yourself a hug. Just give yourself a hug and just say congratulations to yourself, pile number one, because it's just, you are awesome and you deserve all this happiness, all of this happiness, all of the beautiful things coming to you, pile number one. And thank you so much for joining me for this reading. Please be sure to like the video, share it if you would like to, comment. I love to read your comments, and subscribe if you haven't. And most of all, I love to thank you for being here, because that's the best. And I know I will see you very soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number two. Welcome. You chose this beautiful and crisp and cold December card. Look at her. You could take it as her either catching the snowflakes in her hand, in her palm, or she's just tossed them out like, you know, candy, and they're floating up. You could take it either way. She's either catching them or generating them. And you also picked this lapis lazuli hexagonal point. And all right, so you got you got a card from this side, so I'm going to pull another card from the one that you did not get your card from. I think it's this one. All right. I'm so curious. Haystack. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. Wow. Oh, I just have to say that pile number 1 had July. their second card was July, so I thought it was interesting, July and December. And then I have another Oracle deck, so I'm going to take one card from this one. I'm still not feeling... Actually, this one looks like it wants to come out. Message in a Bottle, card 15. This one's always so funny with its old style rotary telephone in there. So it's not a little piece of paper rolled up. It's actually a telephone message. It's a voicemail. It's a bottle with a voicemail in it. I don't know how that works. I'm sorry, I don't know. I really can't tell you how that works, but all right, so I have 3 tarot decks. This is the first one. I'm going to pull 4 cards from this deck. And then this one. All right. And then I'm going to pull 2 cards from this deck. Whoop, I don't know why I keep on wanting to put it away without pulling the other card out. There we go. And then this is the 3rd deck. I'm going to take 3 cards from this one. Let us see. This one definitely. And one more. All right, what do we have? I'm so curious that pile number 1's reading was so powerful, so I'm just really curious as to what this one is. So pile number 2, what do we have? The 7 of Pentacles. It looks like this, I don't know what it is, hyena? I don't know what it is communing with this money tree. Because you can see, obviously, the pentacles are in the ground and they're growing. So this is literally a money tree. Very funny. All right, so we have our money tree. There's going to be some real wealth coming out of nowhere for you, coming out of the ground for you. The Knight of Wands. Wow. Pile number 1 got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest knight in the deck, and you get the fastest. Because Knight of Wands is the fastest knight in the deck. All right. The Moon card. Pile number 1 got this Moon card as well. Not this one, from another. Pile number 1 got the Moon card from a different deck. The King of Swords. There's a lot of like nearness because the Queen of Swords was in pile number 1. There's a lot of either opposites or very near things happening between you and pile number 1. What do we have? The Star. No way. This is so interesting. Pile number 1 had both the Moon and the Star card, but from different decks. So you also have the Moon card and the Star card from different decks than pile number 1 did. It's kind of freaky. All right, here's this one. The World card. Wow. Pile number 2, you got the World card. Very powerful cards. The Lovers card. Wow, pile number 2. Your life is wild right now and very like... The thing is, pile number 2, when you walk into the room, there's going to be like fanfares. That's how awesome your life is right now. Okay, so pile number 2, what is going on? First of all, you got this 10 of Pentacles, which is total complete wish fulfillment. Number 2, remember I'm saying that you and pile number 1 are kind of aligned in a certain way. They got the 9 of Pentacles, which is also a wish fulfillment card. All right, let's see what this one is. The 8 of Cups. Look at this for our final card. Oh, and I didn't even realize, look at this. You will reap what you have sown. It looks like you, pile number 2, have been really working hard, or something has been happening in your life that you are now reaping the rewards, which have been all of these pentacles you've planted. You are getting so much abundance. As well as this, which I feel like they want to be next to each other. I keep on wanting to move them. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it here for now because it's so cute. But I wanted to start out with this card because it's so interesting to me. So we as the observer we cannot see inside these 6 cups that are still standing. Of course, we see the spilled contents of these 2 cups. This looks like water, to be honest, and this looks like blood. let's just be honest. It could be white wine and red wine. Who knows? It could be, cranberry juice and, I don't know, sparkling water. We don't know. But we, as the observer from here, cannot see what's in the rest of the cups, of course. But in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this character is closer. This character is just in the moment of turning away from these cups, turning away from this entire situation. She's not in that. She's off screen, so to speak, and it's just this figure here, in the act of turning away, in the act of leaving, in the act of abandoning this entire situation. You are not, in this case, you are not this person. You are this figure. And what's so interesting about this is she's so interesting because she didn't try to come out and help him. There's something about him and his abandonment of this whole situation that she didn't want to deal with. She only wants to come and get these, okay, so he abandoned these giant solid gold goblets and whatever they contained, and whatever these 6 goblets contain that are still standing. So he abandoned the situation, and she wanted to deal only with the situation and not him. So the parallel that I'm seeing here for you, pile number 2, is what is it in your life that you do not really want to deal with? It could be a situation, but for most of you, it seems like it's the person, not the situation, that you do not want to deal with. For most of you, it seems like there's someone conveniently illustrated here. There's someone that you're really over. This could be, it doesn't have, I just want to make clear that this does not have to be some sort of huge relationship in your life. It doesn't have to be like some sort of hugely important relationship. It doesn't have to be a family member. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could just be a work colleague. It could be a neighbor. It could be somebody that's not super important to you, but yet the situation is more important than the person. And you feel like, okay, I, pile number 2, am going to deal with this situation and not the person. And why could this be? This could be because this person is, the term energy vampire, that they always take more than they give. This person might be an energy vampire, or it could be a whole host of other reasons. But the good thing is that you, pile number 2, are this figure. Once they leave, you have, let's face it, you have 8 solid gold goblets the size of your head, and whatever the 6 of them contain that are still upright. So this person has represented the situation is completely lost, and that they just can't deal with it anymore, and it's all terrible, and everything is blah 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 blah. I could go on, but whatever. You get the point, right? This person is negative. This person is hopeless. This person is just like, I'm just too good to deal with this. You, pile number 2, are you're too good to not deal with it. You are able to get so much out of the situation once they're gone. So very interesting for you, pile number 2. There's something about this person that in the past you would have engaged with. In the past, you might have gone up and tried to help them. You might have gone up and given of yourself, given of your time, given of your expertise, given of your encouragement, given of your money even, maybe in the past. This time, you are not doing it. You are just saying, I'm done with that. I don't want to deal with it. I am, it's not like, I'm too good to deal with it, but it kind of is. It's kind of not, I'm too good to deal with it, and it kind of is. It's not like, I'm too good to deal with this. It's I am too precious. I, pile number 2, am too precious to squander all my talents and my energy on something that isn't appreciated, isn't reciprocated, isn't, blah, blah, blah. It's not like our whole life we have to go around with quid pro quo, like, what are you going to give me in return? Of course, there's situations where we all like to help another person without any thought of getting anything in return. But in this situation, there's something about it, and it's perfectly valid. It doesn't matter why. You are saying goodbye to this person, but not the situation. You're saying goodbye to the person, not the situation, and the situation is going to fulfill you and enrich you, and you're going to be better off without that person. Wow. Another powerful, like pile number 1 also had a very powerful message like this. And I'm going to move that. So cute. They want to be together. So there's also this star and moon, which as I said, this combination came up in, God, you just have so many messages. It's like where to start, pile number 2. I mean, I started, but then the rest of it's like, oh, mind-blowing. I guess I will start here. All right. I don't have too much more to say about this because pile number 2, there's something or some things, some multiple things that you have done in the past that are gonna make you so successful, so recognized, so blah blah blah, everything that you've wanted. And actually I can do it like this. You've done so much in the past and you're just, everything is sprouting. Things are sprouting. Things are actually, you planted these little 7 pentacles and you've just been sitting here night after night. This is night, it's obviously nighttime because the moon is here and it's right in, it's in the moonlight and starlight. You've been watching it and nothing's been growing. And you're like, oh my God. Well, and nothing's been growing, but all of a sudden, all 7 pentacles are sprouting like nuts. And you are, look at the little tiny smile. Look at the little coy smile on this little hyena's face or whatever it is. Look at the little smile like, oh, it's saying, oh my gosh, look at how all my work is coming up out of the ground and I'm so happy, yay. Well, pile number 2, you are getting the world that you want. This is not just the world. This is the world exactly how you want it. And this world card is so powerful because of, not only because of itself, it's extremely powerful, but it's also so powerful because of all of the cards next to it. It's got the lovers. Your love life is this year from now until December. I mean, I'm doing this reading in January. From January to December, it's clear to me that this reading for you, pile number 2, is spanning from now until December. And it's good news all across the board. You're learning how to, prioritize yourself. That's a huge message with this 8 of Cups. You, pile number 2, are learning to prioritize yourself. And you're also, you are the one, pile number 2, who is sending yourself this message. And I'm going to explain why, but it's like, this is the year of you, as in you, pile number 2, are in love with yourself. You are prioritizing yourself. You are admiring yourself. You are just, everything about your life is yourself in the most wonderful, genuine way that nothing will ever derail you from. From now on, pile number 2, you are your own priority, and everything is magnificent about that. You being your own priority is magnificent. You being the person that always prioritizes yourself so you can then help others is great. So we did these 2. We've got this Knight of Wands, and I know we have from now January until December, so like all of this year. The Knight of Wands is the fastest knight in the deck, so there's a lot of progress made quickly. And you notice that the Knight of Wands is directly above the World card, and the World card is promising you everything that you, pile number 2, want is in that cave, and you're like at the mouth of the cave. I couldn't remember the term for the entrance. It's the mouth of the cave, and you have the lantern, and you have trudged this long road, and you're there. You are there, pile number 2. And look at the accompanying cards. Lover's card, Abundance card, Star and Moon, Knight of Swords. I mean, like, and 7 of Pentacles and Haystack, right? Wow. So what is it about this star and moon? There was something very, very like compelling about this message. So actually I really am, since these two readings are so connected, I am going to suggest maybe you will want to watch pile number 1 as well, because it is so compelling. The message was so powerful. But we have the star card and we have the moon card. The star card, I mean, you are, what am I trying to say here? Your intention, it's like, this is how I'm going to explain this star card to you. This is you. This star is you this year. This is you. This is not some aspiration. This is not some maybe someday. This is not some other person that you admire. This is you. All of these observers, you can take this two ways, and I think that both are equally valid, and I think that both, you don't have to choose one way. I think that both of the interpretations I'm going to give you are true for you at the same time. These are admirers. These are your admirers who just love you. And that's going to be one of the ways that you're going to get all this abundance, that you're going to get this Lover's card made manifest, that you're going to get this Seven of Pentacles made manifest, is because you, whatever you're doing this year, this at this time, whenever you're watching this, this reading is like for the next year. You are going to be just loved and adored, and everybody's going to understand just how gorgeous whatever you're doing is. Whatever project, whatever thing you're doing, you are going to have great success and lots of admirers. But I think that, the deeper meaning of this and the more beautiful meaning of it, although both are equally valid, is this star is you, but these are also you. These might be your past selves that you weren't as happy with, but they're still part of you. These could be your past life. Like, maybe this ostrich is you when you didn't dare to leave the house. You were in a funk or so, I don't know. You didn't dare leave your house, so you were just sticking your head in the sand. Maybe this giraffe was you, looking around at others and thinking, like, being envious or being sad because you didn't have what they, and you were just looking around. You were just looking from one, you were in your backyard looking around at all the other neighbors, thinking that they had a better life than you, and you just felt stuck, and you didn't. These are just examples. You know what I'm talking about. These could be your past lives, your past selves, and now you're the shining star, but you still have those past selves inside you, and they're very grateful that you, who are also them, is just shining so brightly now. So that's a very beautiful meaning, and I think that this card coming up now is showing just how transformative this year is for you, and why this is why you are now at this point in your life where you have trudged this road. All of these little past lives have trudged this road, and as they're trudging this road, they are metamorphosing one by one into these other things, and each one has learned its own lesson. And finally, you're in your final form. You're in your star form. You're in your star form here. And that's why this is not a lantern. This is you. You are illuminating your own path, pile number 2. And you're going down into this cave, which is your world, your new world. And it's a beautiful world, and just beautiful. Love is renewed and just beautiful for you this year. Pile number 2. The World and the Lovers card, your love relationship is going to be just so gorgeous and just so fulfilling for you this year. And we know this because you have done the work. Basically, it's because you have done the work. You have done this work, and now you are at the mouth of the cave that you've always wanted to be. Okay, this Moon card and this King of Swords, what are they telling us about you? I mean, it's like they're... The King of Swords, I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory in this reading. This King of Swords is the embodiment of the intellect that you have had to use to make it. I feel like this is actually one of these past selves almost. That this is one of your personae, I don't know, one of your personas that you have used to get you here. And it's one that you can pull out at any time. Some of these past selves, I mean, we're not talking about past lives here. I'm not talking about past lives. I'm talking about the old you, like, you know, of, like, let's say a year ago. Just as an example, the old you of a year ago that was working toward this new you, that was doing the work, that was, for instance, you know, planting these pentacles and just watching them grow, that some of these past selves you don't identify with anymore. They might be the ostrich that kept on burying her head in the sand. But this persona, this King of Swords persona, is one that you still embody. Maybe not all the time, but definitely sometimes. And it's this clarity of thought. You know how it is. You know, as a conscious manifester, you know how it is where you're sometimes caught up in your thoughts. Well, the King of Swords is you knowing, now you know, that you don't have to follow that thought. You have a bad thought, or bad, you know, you have a negative thought, you have a thought that's full of doubt, fear, you know, blah, blah, blah. You, as this King of Swords, can cut through that. You can just cut that train, you know, instead of following that thread to its conclusion, this old well-worn thought pattern that goes from this event to that memory to this blah blah. You just cut that train of thought, you cut that thread of thought, and you are saying, I am not that memory anymore. I'm not that person. I am not this ostrich anymore. And with that, so I guess this King of Swords wants to be read with the moon. You can use both your intellect and your more, you know, kind of nighttimey, mystical, loving self. If you're kind of left brain and right brain, so to speak, together. If you're left brain, you can think of yourself as the King of Swords. If you're right brain, you can think of yourself as the moon and using your, you know, magical power. It looks like she got a popcorn box from the movie theater and opened it up, and the popcorn's all popping at once. Look at these moviegoers. They're all like, all of the owls are just like, I'm going to the, she's bringing all of her owl friends to the movies. I don't know why I'm on this movies tangent, because it looks like movie popcorn. Anyway, if you think of yourself as right brain, you can be this, you know, think of it more intuitively, as in, I'm not that person anymore, as a feeling rather than as feeling, having to make everything logical. This is more like a semantics thing. It's saying it's okay to use more mystical terms in manifesting. It's fine. It's okay to use very logical terms and ways of thinking and manifesting. It's like but if you're both, it's okay to use both. It's okay to one day be very mystical about this, and it's okay for the next day to be very logical about it. But both work, and you don't have to stick with one, and one is not more valid or invalid than the other. Everything about you, it's like everything about you, everything, both sides of you, all sides of you, all past selves of you have brought you to this moment where you are pile number 2, where you are yourself that has made it. And I just wanted to saving the best for last, I guess. So we have the World card, we have the Lovers card, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. The World card, so the Lovers card, your fulfillment in love is this year is your year of immense happiness in romantic love and in other relationships too. But romantic love is like, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're at like 100. Sorry, the scale is broken. The scale you've broken, the scale used to be 1 to 10, and you've broken it and you're at 100 because you're so happy. And so also your abundance. So remember, you will reap what you have sown, and we see you've worked so hard, and your little pentacle plants you buried these gold pentacles, and now you have 7 money trees. 7 money trees, pile number 2. I want a money tree. And now this is you. You're the 10 of Pentacles. It's great abundance. It's abundance that's so huge that just you can't even hold it. Like the chest is overflowing. The chest is busted at the seams. So your next year, pile number 2, your next year, from the day you're watching this, for a year, your love and your abundance are just off the charts. You've broken the scale. You have any other analogy you can think of. And it's amazing. You have done so much work, and it shows, because I'm seeing such a huge difference in how you see yourself. You used to see yourself as a little ostrich who stuck your head in the sand every time you were afraid. Now you see yourself as this gorgeous star. Yeah, you used to see yourself as this. Now you see yourself as this gorgeous star. Sometimes the star card, the star card. Now you see yourself as this, and you can be both. You've given yourself permission to be both. Now you sometimes see yourself as the moon with your magical movie popcorn and your magical owl friends that you're all going to the movies. And you sometimes see yourself as this King of Swords, very, very logical, and with your raven and just vibing there near your, I don't know, you got your telescope out on the balcony looking at the constellations. You're both, and you are comfortable being both. You love being both. Everything about your life is in balance. You've got the star and the moon. You've got the moon and the King of Swords. And we're ending again with the World card, which is all your wishes fulfilled in both your love relationships and your abundance. And wow. Pile number 2, what an amazing reading. So amazing. Your message is to yourself. Your message is to yourself, and it is, I have arrived and everything that I've worked on so hard is here. I, pile number 2, am at the mouth of the cave of my dreams. Pile number 2, amazing, and I'm so happy for you. I'm like, I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much for being here and for any, I love it when you like the video, when you share it, comment, and I love it if you would subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future readings, and I know I will see you very soon. Bye for now.